Room acoustics play a huge role in great sounding voiceover. So in this video, I'm going to test out the ISOVOX 2 for sound absorption. I'm going to go over setting it up and then testing it out to see if it's a good fit for voiceover. It's all coming up. Hey, it's Jason with Voice Acting 101. So what is an ISOVOX 2? Well, it's made in Sweden, and it's a 360-degree acoustic system. It's made to absorb sound and prevent room reflections when you're recording or voicing within a room that hasn't been treated. One thing to keep in mind, it's for sound absorption and not soundproofing. So if you live in a noisy area, if you have construction going on outside or airplanes flying over, the ISOVOX 2 is not going to keep out that outside noise. It's all about sound absorption, absorbing the sound that you're creating within that room, not keeping sound out of the room. It's used by vocalists a lot. If you check out the ISOVOX website, you'll see a video with people singing into an ISOVOX. But I wanted to know specifically how well would it work for voiceover, and I had two questions that came to mind. One, would someone who didn't have a dedicated recording studio at their house be able to use it as a solution? So say you were recording voiceover in your bedroom or in a living area that you didn't treat. If you didn't want to keep it as a studio or you didn't have the space for it, would you be able to use the ISOVOX 2 in that area? And then the second question was, how easy is it to travel with? We all travel. We've all done the pillows and the blankets. Would this be a better solution than the pillows and the blankets? Because it gets hot working under a blanket and the blankets fall down and it's just not a convenient way to work. So would this be a better solution to work while you're traveling? So those are the two questions I wanted to answer for myself. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's included when you buy the ISOVOX. I'm not going to do an unboxing video because those can be pretty boring, but I do want to cover the parts included with the ISOVOX 2. It comes with two side panels, a base plate, the front plate, the sound reducer, the top panel, an LED light, a metal rod, a nut that attaches to the metal rod, a mic clamp, and mine came with a speaker stand. Now let's walk through setting it all up. Start by laying the side panels down with the Velcro facing up and on the inside. Next, attach the base plate to both side panels using the Velcro. Now line up the 3 strips of Velcro on the front plate to the Velcro on the sound reducer. The ISOVOX logo should be closer to the angled end of the sound reducer, and then place it into position on the base plate. Place the top panel over the sound reducer and lift up one side panel. Use the zipper to connect the side to the top, and then you can repeat this on the other side panel. You can finish zipping the side panels by going to the back. Then, in the back, attach the Velcro from the top panel to the underside of the base panel. Now, open the legs of the speaker stand. Lift the ISOVOX 2 onto the speaker stand. Next, inside the ISOVOX 2, install the LED light by sliding it through the straps provided. Thread the metal rod into the hole in the base plate and attach the nut underneath to secure it. Now, place the mic clamp onto the metal rod. Finally, run your mic cable through the hole and attach it to your mic. Now, with the ISOVOX 2 set up, let's go ahead and test it out. All right, so for the first part of this test, I just wanted to be in an open room, and that's what this is. This is typical of what you would find if you were trying to set up a recording space in a hotel room, or if you had a spare room in your house that you wanted to convert into a studio. This is kind of the starting point. It's not great for recording voiceover because it's got a hardwood floor, no carpet, high ceiling, just drywall on the walls. So my voice, I can hear it. It's just bouncing off the walls, coming right back into the microphone, and that's going to be picked up in the recording. So this is what it sounds like in an untreated room. You can hear that room reflection. Now we're going to test it out with the ISOVOX 2 and see what kind of difference it makes. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so this is a test of the ISOVOX 2. I'm in the same room. Nothing has changed. I'm not adding any EQ or processing at all to this, no compression or limiting. It's just straight microphone to Adobe Audition, and I'm recording it that way. And I can definitely hear that the room reflections are gone completely. And I do hear a little bit of a boxy sound in here, but it's not terrible by any means. And if it did bother me later on, I could actually EQ it out in post-production. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you. and you can decide whether or not the ISOVOX 2 would be a good fit for your voiceover studio. I'm going to head back into my studio right now with a few final thoughts. So to answer my question, the first question I had was, would it be a good solution for someone who didn't have a dedicated recording studio? Could they just buy this and use it in any room? So the answer to that is yes. I think it is a good solution because it sounds great. It seems like it's really well made. The quality is really good. Also, because it absorbs the sound so much, if you're living in an apartment or just your rooms or your walls are thinner, it's going to keep that sound in. It's going to muffle it. It's not going to let your voice go through the walls quite as easily, especially if you're doing like a Screamer car commercial or something where you have to get very loud in your recording. So yes, it is a good solution if you don't have a dedicated room for recording voiceover. The second question was, how easy would it be to travel with? And the answer to that is, I think, pretty easy. The ISOVOX 2 itself breaks down, and that's very portable. The only downside is that speaker stand that it comes with. That's kind of a beast of a speaker stand. It's pretty heavy and it's large. So if you're carrying that with you, it's going to take up some space. So I would rather look for a more compact speaker stand that could still carry the weight of the ISOVOX 2. One other thing to mention is if you have a shotgun mic, I'm not sure that you can use a shotgun mic with the ISOVOX 2. The space, the depth between the mic clamp and the front panel, it's not very deep, so it's not enough space on its own to fit a shotgun mic. You may be able to put a different kind of mic stand in there, possibly, to make it work, but as is, it's not going to fit a shotgun mic. That's pretty much it. I hope this test has helped you out. If you want more information about the ISOVOX 2, check out isovoxbooth.com. That's ISOVOX booth.com. And if you want more information about me or voiceover, check out voiceacting101.com. Thanks for watching.